What's up, YouTube? John Sawicki here from Viminal, vocals and guitars. I'm here with the one and only Steve Lado. Turns out I know a lot of people in Greece, so part 2 of my interviews in Athens is with the producer who worked with us on Kill the Boy. So thanks for your time, Steve. How you doing?
I think we killed the boy.
We killed the boy. Yeah,
Poor
we're men
boy.
now. So, wanted to meet with you and do a sort of a quick conversation to get some good information on the channel about production, because that's not a strength of mine. So, for those of the audience who don't know you, you want to talk a little bit about your background, like what you do, because you do not only production, but you play in a band and do a few different things, and you've been doing it for a while. So, what's your story?
Short story long, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just started to be a guitar player, playing bands, and when I gained the passion for music, I was like struck by somehow, you know, for sound engineering in a point of my guitar playing career, and it took all the attention that I had for guitar playing, and suddenly I just got into sound engineering stuff, you know, very quick. I don't even understand how, but I done that. So I did this in parallel, you know, guitar playing and sound engineering. I started to study, and actually, I think that it took over all my passion about music, the engineering and producing bands, and it all started with my band back then. I didn't find someone to produce my record with a band that I had back then, so I tried to search my own sound and see what I want my band to sound like, so I can tell a guy specific directions of how I can imagine my record, but more technically, so musically. In the end, I came up with doing it myself, and then some friends of mine heard my work and, oh, can you do my band also? Do you want to practice more? Yeah, I want to, for free. And I started doing this for friends, and somebody paid me once to do that. I didn't even ask to get paid, but he insisted. You have to get paid. You have to. Okay, man. You're welcome. So that's how I started to do it as a professional. You know, slow and steady footsteps. Nothing less, nothing more.
Cool.
And I keep playing in a band called Tardive Dyskinesia.
Okay, I'll link that for anyone who's interested. They're good.
That's pretty about it. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that I liked about working with you, and this is something that I was looking for, and I look for when I choosing producers, is it's kind of like you want like the +1 band member, someone who's going to give creative insight. So for me, that's what I see as the musician in the band, as the songwriter. That's the collaborative relationship I want to have with the producer. So I'm curious for you, what is, in your view, what's the role of the producer when working with a band? Can you describe that or summarize it?
Yeah. Listen, the producer has the different roles in each music industry. You know, the pop, the metal, all this stuff. I think that in metal bands like yours, he's the +1 member of the band, that he can take all the good stuff, the good elements in the band, personalities, you know, technical skills, composing skills, and just take the best out of you without you even notice it. You know, it's like it's in front of you, and you can't see it because you're inside the band. But someone who's outside can see it clearer. You know, he's professional. He's done it many times before with other bands.
Yeah.
So he can he corrects problems that you don't even know that you're having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like when I get a good suggestion, like, cut this riff out, that's stupid. As soon as like you get that suggestion, you're like, oh yeah, what was I even thinking? Like,
Yeah.
that's obviously the right thing to do.
Yeah. I turn your point of view
Yeah.
to see it from outside, like I do.
Yeah.
Or producer does. So I think that he can guide the band or the members, so that the members have no, collision with each other. Sometimes there are 5 or 4 egos in the band, strong characters. They're gonna fight for the right through the band. They all have the same goal, but they all have different way to show it. So these many ways conflict with each other, and bad things happen. So the music goes way back, and I don't think that this band will have a bright future. You're just arguing with each other. Not that's my riff. No, it's gonna be like this way, not my way, your way, or the highway. So it's like a referee in a band.
Yeah.
That controls all these elements and take them, completes the puzzle, and here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, the way you're describing it, obviously the producer is really important for not only the individual song, but you're making it sound like, for the future.
Yeah.
And the longevity of the band. So,
Yeah.
if someone's watching this and they're in a band and they need to find a new producer, how do you suggest they evaluate their options? I mean, they can hire you, yeah, but
No. Who cares about me? Okay.
Yeah, but so how do you suggest they vet prospective producers they might want to work with?
Actually, I don't know that because I'm not in that position, so I can't see that. But I think that if I was in that position, I would like to meet someone who I can trust. To talk to each other, not to be so professional and so talk about the money first. So much business stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think that kills the music. You have to talk with this guy. You have to listen to his portfolio and see the bands that they work with him, the outcome that they had, and the impact. Did they had a good sound in one album? Did they make 2 albums? Did they make their career? Do they have a signature sound? They're not so generic, the same snare, the same guitars as everyone. The preset, this fucking preset world. I hate it. I hate that.
Yeah.
So, if you see that he's unique,
Yeah.
and you can communicate with him, and you can afford him, of course, then you have to go. Yeah, but first for me is communication, and through good communication, good productions come out, and with good vibe. I think all in music is about the vibe, not the microphone, not the console, not the very high-end speakers or the guitar heads or the drums. Fuck this shit. Just be spontaneous. Yeah.
And it sounds like that's good advice for producers also who are getting started, is to prioritize, from a business standpoint, prioritize communication.
Yeah.
And from a creative standpoint, to prioritize, your word was
I
vibe.
think that the business plan will come easier if you're focused to the music, not go for the money. I think that's the wrong perspective to see that, because you're talking about music. Music is not something that we can put in order and place some limits. I think it's limitless. So that's my advice.
Sure.
Pretty far in my career, I see that.
Right.
Okay.
So what were then some mistakes that you made early on, or things that you see other people making? that maybe you now know better than to do?
You know what separates the master from the student?
Yeah.
You know that?
What is it?
Let's say the master has done so many faults in his career that the student has not even tried yet.
Right.
He failed so many times that the student hasn't even tried to make 1, 2, or 3 failures. He failed many times to master some techniques or some knowledge, and can communicate with musicians and make a career as a producer. You know, as a sound engineer, mixing engineer, mastering engineer. You know, that's all very. They have many similarities. So I think that's it. What was the question?
Well, I was asking about what mistakes you made early on.
The mistakes. I'm so happy that I can tell that I've made very big mistakes, and plenty of them. So that's what every time I was making a mistake, I was gaining experience points. You know?
Yeah. So don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah,
is kind of what you're saying.
No, you have to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Right.
You have to aiming to do mistakes. If you're not making mistakes, you're doing something wrong. No one came up with knowing everything.
Yeah.
To be, a super master of everything.
Yeah, no one gets pumped out of their mom knowing how to be Jens Brogren or whatever.
I don't think so.
Sorry. Pronounce. Yeah. Yeah, so it's almost like the mistake a lot of people might make is thinking that every mix has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and then not even trying, not even then getting the experience to eventually get better and better at their craft.
I think that the big mistake is that they're trying to buy expensive equipment and flash it before in front of your eyes. Look, what compressor is! Super rare vintage microphone.
Yeah,
costs about of how much your car. Your car is. The good thing about nowadays is that with the digital community, that everything now with computers and some plugins and some cheap outboard gear, some cheap sound card and microphone, can experiment in a very good sound quality, a fair enough sound quality, and see what they like. If they want to keep up with this more seriously and invest money to this shit, but we're not talking about being perfect. We're talking about making mistakes in what you love, the passion that leads you. I think is the key to succeed in this work.
Yeah. So don't let the lack of the best gear be a reason to just to procrastinate.
I think
don't let that be an excuse.
The best gear, the best time to buy very expensive gear is when you know that you have you reach the limit of your previous gear,
right?
And you can't go any further with that. But you have to melt this gear first. You have to smash it. You have to make mistakes with it.
Yeah.
So you can see that I've done everything.
Yeah.
I've made plenty of mistakes. I don't make the same mistakes, but something is missing. So then you can find that maybe with some better equipment you can go further. But it's not the rule, I think. Your ears is your most expensive and priceless tool, I think.
Yeah. That sounds like really good advice. Is there a piece of gear that you can't live without? And as if to contradict everything you just said, do you have a favorite program or plugin or something that you use most often? other than your ears?
Yeah. If we say about software and plugins,
Sure.
I can go anywhere without my UAD plugins.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm addicted to the sound.
Okay.
They've been a very good tool for me to expand my sounds. But as I told you earlier, I just made the investment when I felt that my previous plugins were not enough.
Right.
I could hear the limit. I could feel it, you know.
Yeah.
And for hardware, I think that I can go anywhere without my Kemper profiling amplifier.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that as a guitarist or as a producer, it saved my life, my back. You know, I don't have to
Yeah.
pick up these fucking heavy guitar heads
Yeah.
and cabinets.
Right.
It's really versatile, and in the studio, you can have whatever you want in your fingertips. You know, it's like what amp, what mic, what cab, boom, 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 record, compare, done.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you use that on Kill the Boy, right?
yeah,
Right.
completely.
Okay, cool. We'll get to that in a
Yeah.
second. So, if you were gonna start over today, or if someone came to you and said, you know, I want to do what you do, and you know they have no information, kind of like me,
Okay.
sort of starting from scratch.
Do you want to do the same that I do?
Well, if you wanted to be a metal, you know, producer, mixing, mastering,
Okay.
you know, engineering, all
The
that
whole
shit.
package, yeah.
Where
You
where
don't,
do
have
they?
to, you don't have to be all of them, you know. You
Okay.
can just be one of
Yeah.
one part of the chain. But if you're more complete with these knowledges together, with not this knowledge but together,
Sure.
it's better. Yeah.
So so if someone wanted to, I'm just saying, I'm just picking all of them, just for the sake of being kind of broad. Where would you suggest they start? You know, it
Yeah.
sounds like what you're suggesting before is that it's just a matter of doing it and getting the experience. But if someone's just starting, you know, totally from scratch, what do they do?
I think that at first you need some decent equipment,
Okay.
like a sound card and a cheap pair of monitors, good headphones,
Okay.
a cheap microphone.
A sound card, that's the same thing as like an input. Like you just need an interface.
Yeah.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Audio interface,
Right.
Sound card, the same thing.
Okay.
To begin from scratch, you need some basic stuff of this, and then you have to search the biggest university in the world. You know, the internet. You can find loads of stuff there. You know, it's like endless. Sometimes I can't keep up with following guys and new plugins and listen to this now new technique. You know, I'm getting lost. I think that I have to focus something, grab on something, and do it on my own.
Okay.
Okay, as a starting point, it's very useful. But if you don't try it, don't make your mistakes. You won't learn. You know? So after that, some basic equipment. You have to talk to bands that you like, and you have to approach them and make them some songs for free. You have to experiment on them, and they experiment with you. Yeah, and do that again and again and again till somebody gets in your road and say to you, "Dude, how much do you want to make my record?" Or I heard this band, very nice sound. I want to do the same. How much do you want? So I think it has to come by itself. You don't have to force it to be a pro. And then you can decide if you want to invest some better gear, a better room. You know, it depends on the person then. Or you can be a freelancer and work in other studios as a producer. That's also very common. in the US it's very common. Not everyone has his own studio. You know, they collaborate with expensive ones. They're part of one team, and they have many engineers that can. You rent the studio and the engineer with the studio. It's like renting the guy and the studio. Yeah. So you run the same studio with a different guy. It's like whatever you want. Yeah, that's my advice.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
Want to switch it up a little bit to the band's perspective, the musicians that would work with a producer. What you gave me some good advice when we were getting started on Kill a Boy. So, what are some common errors and issues you see with bands who want to send you material? Like, what mistakes are they making that make your life harder and make their mixes shittier?
Story of my life, dude.
I bet.
I don't want to be bad on these guys, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against them. I just want to help them so they can help me.
Right.
So we get a better outcome. The most common mistake is that they all think that they know everything. You know, I saw this in the internet. Some guy did this, and boom. No, you have to know what you're doing. So before you take the risk and record by yourself everything, I think that first you have to find the person that you're going to send these files.
Okay.
So
find a producer first.
As we did.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Right.
I told you what gain staging you have to put in your audio interface. You told me if I approve your audio interface, remember?
Yeah. I sent you.
Yeah.
Like basically some like rough.
DI stuff.
Yeah. Like a rough version of the song, so you could just check it out before I full on recorded it.
Yeah.
So that I knew it would be something that would work well with you.
Yeah. That's the best thing you can do.
Okay.
No. It's the same thing. You're gonna do it by yourself anyway. But
yeah,
first, don't rush. Take the opinion of a professional, so you can sleep well at nights. That what you've done, it's gonna work. And you have not to redo stuff again and again and get bored of the song. Have nerves, you know.
Yeah.
And arguments with yourself or the band, and you don't want to do the song anymore. That's very sad.
Yeah.
So you save time. You have quality. So that's the first thing.
Okay.
Also, with this guidance from a producer or a sound engineer, it's not. That's not something you have to work with a producer that could change your song or be the fifth or the sixth member of the band. It could be just a mix engineer that you're gonna tell him what you want. You know, not exactly, but giving a picture of what you want to sound like.
Sure.
And he can guide you to make this sound as close as possible. Many times bands have tuning issues that they don't even know that they exist.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, the bass is off. What do you mean? We just tuned the bass. Yeah, but it's off.
Yeah.
You have not intonate the bass properly on the guitar. You have to have your instruments very well prepared by a professional also. So you're sure that your intonation when we're tracking 4 guitars, it's like a pain in the ass, you know. If one guitar is slightly out of tune in the G string, which is the worst string ever.
Yeah.
You know, I think in every instrument. These things is like so small things that bands don't really know about what gain to do the interface, how good they set up the guitars, proper strings, proper guitar for this I don't think that. No, it keeps going. For this kind of music, you can play death metal with Telecaster. You can, but it's gonna sound very specific and not. I think that not that you like. You can play surf rock and roll music with an EMG. You know, you have to know that. So pretty much I'm tired to send back tracks for corrections, for tuning issues, for playability issues, timing issues, or bad editing. You know, if you don't know how to edit, just send the files to a friend that knows do that well, or to another professional, so we have no clicks and pops and things get nasty. You know? So you can save time that transforms to money for you. That means money. And be more how can I say, be more productive about your music and don't care so much about the technical stuff. It's not the musician's job, it's another guy's job. You have to play your music, you have to be focused on that and not what preamp you use or what the fuck else, you know. It's not your job.
It's kind of like don't mess with don't mess with the process. Like I mean, you're the producer or whoever is like they know more about that than the band does.
And the band knows more about their own music, so do this right and let the other guys, I don't know how big a team we're gonna be, do their job. It's their job. You pay them for this job, so don't be don't give directions, or don't be don't point them what to do or argue with them all the time. It's not gonna end really good. You're pissing them off, so I don't think it's a good idea.
Got it. One piece of advice I have is Control S all the fucking time. Every time you look at your Pro Tools, Control S that shit, because you do not want that to crash right after you get a good take.
S saves lives, you know.
Cool. I think probably last question is Kill the Boy, little song you worked on. Not that big of a deal. But you did it. Well, it's just, you know, you've done a lot of stuff. This is just one song you've worked on. So
but its song has its own difficulties, characteristics. You have to pay attention. You know, and Kill the Boy was not an easy song, I can admit. It wasn't an easy one.
So
I can say the reasons.
Well, so I have another video that talks about the setup that I used. In brief, I basically recorded everything in my bedroom, and then we programmed drums. So, quad track guitars. So that's basically four rhythm guitars, 2 on each side, a few vocal layers, bass, and then we programmed some string and choir stuff. So, having sent you all that, what was your approach, you know, in brief, to doing Kill the Boy, which you guys can listen to, obviously.
I tried to be spontaneous in that. I didn't have something in mind. Your pre-production you sent me didn't help me to, didn't guide me to a specific sound. It just helped me to understand what you want to do musically with your song, not so much sound-wise. So I didn't have a direction. I think that you mentioned some other artists that I can inspire from, the drum sounds, the guitar sounds. I think you had some. You sent me some files. I didn't listen to them, but in the end, I think that I did what I was listening at this time. You know, if we redo the song, it's gonna be different. Not because I don't like the previous version, because at this time in my life, I have something different in my ears. You know,
Wow, that's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's like how I feel.
Yeah.
Emotionally first. How am I as a person?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, it has to do
Wow.
with music.
Yeah.
Really,
It's deep, man.
Yeah, that's fucking deep shit.
But I believe you.
Yeah. If I'm so, enthusiastic about do something, I think that I can hear that in my productions or my first mixes. Something might be really loud. Oh, look at the drums! I love the drums. So I pretty overrate the drums. I don't do that on purpose, you know. So when I go back with clean ears, I say, "What the fuck are the drums so fucking loud?" What I was thinking, you know. So I think that to have better, how can I say that? Clear view of the sound, you know. You have to take it back for a while, you know, because I started Kill the Boy with the drums and the bass. I would like a dirty bass that would glue the guitars and the drums like between. I think that I used, as I mentioned before, my Kemper, a Mesa Boogie tri-axis simulation with a custom cabinet, a microphone, I think 57, that's 57, and different setup with PV 5150, for the 3 and 4 guitar, the back guitars. I think that the guitar sound came up like this. I didn't. At this point, I had just messing around with this preset. I was very excited about that, and I told myself that I want to use that in the next metal band to see how it's gonna sound like. So there it is. Maybe it was another preset, another amp. I don't know, an Angle. I don't know, the Bogner. So I could use this amp. It's not something that I had in mind all the time. It's what I had in mind at this time that I was making the
It could
song.
have easily been something else.
Yeah, easily.
Right.
Yeah, there's no plan.
Yeah.
It's like the moment, you know?
Yeah.
Let the moment go. So that's why you can make easy mistake and learn from that, you know? You don't overthink. You're just excited about something, you want to do it, and get the band really excited. Oh man, the guitars are fucking great, the drums are pretty nice. You can't wait to hear the good feedback, but you have to be ready to hear the bad feedback also. You know? So at your song, I think everyone went smoothly. The drums were a pain in the ass because we have very fast kicks, double kicks, you know.
Yeah.
That's why we had some rumble in the low end when it was too fast.
Okay.
That's one problem that I had. So I had to automate every time the double kick was so fast. I have to automate the bass to turn a little bit down the bass drum.
Okay.
So we won't get muddy with the bass. But when we had the single strokes, I want them so fucking hard and have the low end punch that I want. So I did a lot of automation at this point to the kicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All that work just for one drum, just for the kick drum.
We're talking just for the kick drum.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying to you, that it was not an easy song.
Okay.
That's the number one that has some difficult issues to deal with. That was the first time that I'm doing in a band that I automate the kick lows to not to get so muddy all over the song and cover all the bass. The other thing there is that we have the orchestral parts, you know, some violins and some strings, some oohs and ahs. So remember, we done plenty of revisions, I think, for the loudness.
Yeah, that was something you and I sort of, I don't want to say argued about, but we were hearing different things
about that.
Yeah.
From the beginning, I was like, they don't have to be so loud because they're in there. Because you put something in the mix, you're not obligated to have it as loud as you can hear everything. You can have some quiet parts in the mix that they create an atmosphere that you don't notice every element in this point, but if I mute the sound, it will change the sound. You know, you don't get the exact specific note or vibrato or what is that in the background. You shouldn't care about that. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah. So don't try to boost everything. In the mix.
Like you can't fit 60 channels, 80 channels in some fucking earbuds or one stereo pair of monitors. You know, it's like it won't fit. It will be mud. It won't breathe. You can focus in one element. Is the vocal line? Is it drum? Is the riff? Is it guitar driven, drum driven, vocal driven? The song.
Okay.
You have to make some decisions at first. What grooves you in that song? Is it your guitar riff? So the guitar riff must be the priority of the mix. You know.
Okay.
That's what I did with your song. I think that the riffing you had there and the fast drums was a characteristic of the song. So I want that to be in the front. Okay. So as for the orchestra, I said to you that it would be as loud as when it comes off, the song won't go naked.
Yeah.
The difference between the dynamic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I know you like the most epic part when it's full on.
Yeah, the really
Kill the boy,
epic.
the gang vocals, really epic. Yeah, I like that too, but when it goes off, whoops, what happened to the song?
Right.
We just killed that boy.
Yeah.
So that's the point, that you have to arrange the levels so you can ruin the song, the dynamic of the song. So when the main riff is a very heavy riffing, come in, it wouldn't sound weak. So that was the difficult part.
Okay.
So I did some treatment on the frequencies that it won't steal from my guitar sound, the whole orchestral part. You know, I try to fill holes in the frequency spectrum with these files. So
with the orchestra.
Yeah. That is missing from my guitars. And that's the point. Nothing else.
Okay.
Not overdo things. No, because I think that it won't work. I think we did the right decision.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I heard the song after 1 month, because when you hear something every day, you can't be a good judge about things. You don't have good judgment. You're like pretty.
Well, you're sort of like accustomed to hearing it, kind of numb to it.
Yeah. So you don't have a clear judge to that.
Yeah. You're not objective enough.
I think that
all those words
not
are
at all. Yeah. Not all. So I listened to that a month after a month, and was really happy about the decision we made about the levels, about the sound of specific elements, the guitar sound, drum sound, the vocal sound, all sounded awesome at this point with these specific takes you had. All the tracks I've got from you. I think that we did the best for this song. I think that you're happy too.
Yeah, I was really happy with it, and I knew that disparity between the sort of epic chorus and the more sort of like just straight up thrash verse and some of the main riff.
Yeah, how can you glue that together without being awkward?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's sort of what came out of me when I was writing, and it sounded right in my head. And that's the thing. That's the hard thing for me as a musician, trying to find a producer and work and get that to work, is that you have such a clear vision in your head.
Yes.
And you just want someone to make that real.
Yeah.
And I think you basically nailed it. I mean, I don't hear You're welcome, buddy. I don't hear an incongruity between the chorus
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the song. Yeah.
Yeah, when I hear the song, I try not to think about it because I know what is coming.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm cheating.
Yeah.
It's too loud? No, it's okay. Sure it's not too loud? No, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I can go back. Could I?
Yeah. One day, maybe. Remix.
Whoa.
But art is... What's the saying? Like, art is never done, it's only abandoned or some shit?
Yeah.
It's somebody smarter than I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's all the questions I have for you. I think we've got some good information for some good folks who are watching this. Do you have any asks of the audience? Any requests? Check out your pages or anything like that? We'll link all that shit for you, obviously.
All the links will be down for the video, so if you like my work, just click on these links.
Pointing his dick.
It will be like here, I think.
It will be down there. But, mixing, mastering, basically all aspects of production you can do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that what I love to do is to mix and mastering songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do more than just metal, to be clear, right? You do a variety of
Actually, yeah. Yeah, I don't have something specific this time, but because I'm a guitar player and I'm playing a metal band, all my clients know me as a metal guitar player, so they come to me because of the sound maybe that my band has, because I'm doing the production as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they know me through my band at first place, but there's some other clients that I have that we've done very different things.
Okay.
Like soundtrack movies.
Okay.
More acoustic stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what I like also. Yeah. So as long as I like the music that I have to work with, I'm very happy. I don't think that I'll say yes to some band that I won't like at all.
Okay.
Because I will suck.
Yeah.
It will suck. I won't have something to do on the material if I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to guide them to suggest them another producer that I think that they might work together well. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's my priority. I don't take all the jobs that I'm asked to get hired, for a band.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say yes to all.
Okay.
I want to make sure that
it's a good fit.
Yeah, the musician and their passion and their vision are very close to mine, so we can do a good fit and have a nice time and be productive, as I said to you in the first questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. You have a good philosophy, I think, about your work. That's one of the things that attracted me to working with you
nice
right
to
away,
hear.
and
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you sharing it with everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Have you told them that? Where are we now?
I said in the beginning, we're in Athens, fucking Greece, man.
What the fuck?
I live. Viminal's an LA band, but I'm in Greece, and so we started to work together like a year ago.
Yeah.
And we had never met face to face, but since I happened to be in Greece, I thought I had to meet this guy, and here we are in his studio.
Here is where the Kill the Boy was mixed. Actually, that's the project behind us. The actual mix. So
Yeah.
that's like has another meaning for John to be in my place where his song took bones and flesh, I think.
Yeah. It actually made it happen. This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, it's I think that it's way too cool to talk with each other, and we have worked with all these tracks and elements with Skype and it's kind of emotional, I think.
Well, it's just awesome that we sort of work together professionally.
Yeah.
But we can be friends, and we've hung out, and you've shown me around the city.
Yeah,
And
that's the power of the internet, I think.
yeah,
That's the power of the good usage of the internet.
yeah,
You can meet people, be productive, and you don't know, sometimes life could bring things together and
yeah,
meet each other, have a nice time. Yeah.
yeah.
I hope I come to LA, to your place.
Come, you are welcome anytime.
I
Make
hope
sure you're
I
fed
can
and
make it
housed.
to LA sometime in my life. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I can see where the song that we worked together, where the birth of the song, of the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
The place that it was born. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, and but for one song, you know, built
Yeah.
a relationship, friendship.
Of course.
I was able to get out of a crappy area of Athens into an area that's
You had
not
to
filled
ask.
with not filled with crackheads. But yeah, man, and
everything went good.
Yeah, I
At
mean
the
everything
end.
worked out
In the
but
end, yeah.
It in part definitely thanks to this guy. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Get some good information out there. Subscribe.
Check the
Facebook, fucking SoundCloud, and click all of his shit below and check it out. And check out Kill the Boy. I'll link it.
band. Okay.
Whatever.
All right. This video's done.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. So we're just signing off. We're just saying goodbye.
Is it focused?
I don't know.
Just add you cunts at the end of it.
Speak from the dead.
Is it focused, you
I can't
cunt?
see now.
What kind of mean you can't see? You're the professional photographer. Or whatever.
Give us tomato, man. I'll just
Okay, I can see.
Okay.
It's focused. I didn't touch anything. And it's recording.
Your focus sounds like Ariana Grande. Focus on me to me.
Oh my god. Please, let's put this at the end of the video. Beer! This video brought to you by beer.
Okay, have you saved everything? Have you backed up?
I think
that we have to
redo it again.
I don't back up.
Have you backed up?
To make sure that.
Where?
Where's the memory card in there? Oh no, we gotta redo it.
Oh. Opa.
Lock it after taking it out.
I will not back up anything. I like
YOLO.
my life is in the extreme.
Living,
He's gotta come
living
to
on
LA.
the edge.